tourists.
South African, isn't it?
No, we are tourists in this country.
They are tourists.
Yes.
The issue is very simple, madam.
No, I get it.
Only
He has told
after
me.
only.
Yeah, we don't have.
Then you were supposed to write it after when you get at the border. Then there's police station at the border.
A few moments later.
So our host just came is going with mom to the cop to sort the problem, so we can finally go
to Food Lovers Market.
Yeah.
What a morning. So we've been stopped by the cops, and being that we're in a foreign country, I'm not supposed to drive this car because it's not in my name. So my partner should have written like a letter, and then it should have been signed or commissioned by a commissioner of oaths, showing that he's given me permission to drive this car. Otherwise, they just brand it a stolen car. So we've been here for the last 20 minutes. I have been trying to explain to the cops I'm just going for shopping today. Okay, we shop on Fridays. It's a preferred date for shopping, but it's also our first day of the fruit fast. So we were going, there's a particular store I love to shop from. So we were so excited. We're so excited to go do our fruit shopping. But yeah, this has happened.
Yep.
So we're waiting. Luckily, our hosts who are residents are coming. It's very noisy here. They've managed to talk to the cops and stopped the impounding process. One cop should have been in the car right now, and I should have been driving to the police station. But anyway, we normally say nothing falls apart. So our host is coming. Hopefully they can allow us to go. I had a fun-filled afternoon planned for us and the kids. We want to shop for the fruits. I also wanted to take a nice nature walk in a nice neighborhood that I saw. There are so many trees, and anyway, let's see how this goes. So the tone started, the lady who first spoke to me was very nice and kind, and then I don't know whether it's her senior who came and just he had an outburst.
Yeah.
And you know how the cops can decide the law is the law. So I told them I didn't know, because if I knew, we would have done what they're saying we're supposed to do. And the guy is like, no, but it's the law and investigation needs to be done. And I'm like, but the car is okay, it's just me. So here I am, tell me what to do. He says no, the car has to be investigated, whatever that means.
He was
Anyway,
mad.
he was really mad. I wasn't smiling. I was very quiet listening, because when you're on the wrong, you just humble yourself and shut up. But I have tried to explain my position, that I didn't know, and that I just need to go and do some shopping and go back home. Then I won't touch the car until I get the proper documentation. Anyway, that's besides the point. We are here. It's a busy road. We were actually supposed to leave home today at 9, but I was bubbling with some ideas for some content, and I needed, my son and I needed to finish. So that's how we got late and left home at 11:30, or is it 11? Yeah, so it must be mid. It must be midnight. Okay, it's 1:30. It's 20 to 1. Anyway, we've been here for some while. So this let me tell you, this is the third or fourth time. First we were clamped. This is the only country I've been to in the world that you're clamped because yes, you're in your parking space, but your tires are not straight. We got clamped and then paid a fine after that. There's a small YouTube short in our YouTube channel about that.
We got clamped. Came to buy some books. They said we parked badly, we passed the light. So we got clamped in the middle of town, and everyone is now inside the car, waiting for the car to be unclamped. We stayed there for 2 hours.
Yeah, waiting for the guys to come in and clamp us. Then the other time we was stopped, what did they want? I think it was, yes, our backlights had broken. So the first cop was outright, give us $10. $20. It was $20. Yeah, give us $20, and you're like, isn't that too like that's too punitive?
And we had already passed one country without fixing that light.
Yeah, okay, we should have fixed it, but also being in a new environment, you need to know where what is done. So eventually, I think the third time it was the same thing, and then that cop, we were right outside the traffic headquarters. Then that cop made us park the car. It was clear she wanted money. Luckily or unluckily for her, we didn't have cash. So we told her we don't have money. If you really need to pay this, another truck. If you really need to pay this, we need to drive to an ATM machine and draw money. Then she told us just go. So now, so the third call, okay, after that, we actually went, the car was going for service at Toyota, and they fixed the backlight. It was actually not the light, it was the cover of the light. So yeah, now that is off. But I feel like they always look for something, because if it's not okay, then this day, yes, the other incident was, we're supposed to renew every 30 days. You're supposed to renew, they call it the traffic what's the name? Give me, I check. Traffic tip. Traffic, oh, he has it. Yeah. But there's what you pay at the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority. I'm forgetting what tip stands for. And you renew it every 30 days. You renew, you get your stamp for the passport, and then you go and get for the car. You pay. It's a chargeable service. It's revenue for the country. So we renew today. It's a Friday, we renew. Saturday, we are going out. We're taking the kids out. And guess what? As people are removing things from the car on Friday, they removed the tip. It's a folder that all the paperwork is put. Somebody removes this from the car, we can't blame them, because you are just removing the shopping that was in the car. And then when the cop comes around to ask, we are so confident, you're like, yeah, we're giving you the tip. We look for it like mad people, like how isn't it here? It's kept in one spot. How isn't it here? And we just renewed yesterday. We tried telling the cops we renewed that thing yesterday. Even look at our passports, so that you see we renewed the passports, and normally we renew, then we go to Zimra for the renewal of the car. Or the cop was not having it. So when you have at the end of the day, what can you do? They ask for money. Yeah, so they got some dollars. So the next day we went and changed the position where the paperwork for the car is put,
because it's usually behind over here. So we
now we put it over there next to where I sit. And every time we're leaving the house, we make sure that it's there. So now this reminds me, this in Namibia, this is what happened. Traffic incidents. So we're going to town. We lived 40 kilometers from Windhoek. Windhoek is the capital of Namibia, and we're having a business meeting in Windhoek. So we leave the house exactly an hour. It was 70 kilometers, not 40. We leave the house an hour to the meeting, knowing that in Namibia there's no traffic, roads are smooth, it's smooth, everything is fine. So we see the cops. That stop, there's cops throughout, but they don't necessarily have to stop your car. So we stop, and of course, confidently, we don't have any mistakes. We have our paperwork, you know, there's same thing, the tip is paid. So you paid for the road tax and you have your driver's license. There's nothing else they need from you. Shock on us, they asked for our passports. We had not carried our passports. So we try and tell them the passports are in the house and we just forgot to carry them. Then they look at us, they look at the kids, they're like, no. So your passports and the children's are not available. No, we need to see them. So luckily, so this is what had happened. We would have been breaking news in Namibia that day. So someone had spotted a foreign car driving, I think it was a 60-kilometer stretch, speed limit, and we're driving at 80 or something. Anyway, we were just above the speed limit.
Like 20.
Yeah. Then there is the Namibia Broadcasting Corporation, if I remember correctly, was doing a traffic feature on that day. So someone had reported they've seen a car with foreign plates speeding. Then, so by the time we are getting there, they're waiting for us. Unbeknownst to us, they're waiting for us. So they ask for our passports, we don't have the passport. So now it's not even a speeding issue. Do we know that you're legal? Do you know that you've stolen these children? They didn't, like, you should have seen them, and they were serious. They were like, how do we know it's maybe a child trafficking ring? And I was looking at them in shock, like, you guys are not serious. My kids, at least there's some semblance, you know? And they're like, no. Luckily, the guys of NBC had a car. So there was a nice gentleman. What was his name? Was he Victor? Okay, there was a gentleman and a lady from NBC. Very, very nice, kind people. They actually had a car exactly like ours. So they told me, so we're going to take you to pick up the passports. Then we can squash this once we get them. So I get into a very nice air-conditioned car and we drive back, I think 40 kilometers to where our holiday home was. So we go, I pick the passports. Now, it's interesting how things happen. As we go and we're talking, I'm introducing myself that I'm a traveler. We've been traveling with the kids, we're homeschooling them. This one lady, she's an ex-teacher and she is amazed that we're homeschooling our children, and she's asking, so how is the experience? And we're exchanging notes, like, seriously. The guy driving was also really nice, and he had traveled extensively throughout the country. He asked me where we had been to, how we had driven. He has been to South Africa where we had stayed for 6 months. So we actually had nice conversation during the drive to go and pick the passports. Then we get to where our holiday home is, and this lady has never been to that place. Yeah. So this lady, she's never been to where our holiday home was located. It was a resort, hidden, and where there's a dam. It was a really nice scenic location. So she's happy. She starts taking photos. See how that turned out. It was so nice. So we went, picked up the passports, went back, and of course by the time I was back, my partner had already had a conversation with the cop and they got to know each other, and he was actually good by the time I got there. So yeah, our incidents with the police I think I have so many stories. I have border stories. I have all sorts, and some have driven us to tears. But cops, we love them, but we also love to hate them because they literally dangle a carrot like this. They have your life in their hands, so we do what they want. Because like right now, honestly, I know this can be squashed in 5 minutes, but I also just believe in things working out how they're meant to work out. Maybe we shouldn't have been at our destination when I thought we were gonna be there. So we just wait. It's fine. It's only 1 o'clock. It's not at night. So we're grateful that we're here. Another experience, and we've gotten content.
Some very good content.
So we'll just wait. Yeah. We can finally go.
Thanks.
We can finally go. Our host was able to come. They have spoken their language, and in less than 10 minutes they've been started.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am just happy that we are done. Yeah, there he is. There he is. That's our host, a very nice gentleman.
The black.
They are the kindest people I know. They are
In Zimbabwe.
such a beautiful, beautiful, warm couple. We are living in their house, and they've treated us so well, so well. But I would say that's the thing about Zim. The people are so warm. I guess cops will be cops. Let me just say that cops will be cops, but the people are so warm. So we're going to our destination. We're going shopping.
Love market. Love market.